The chapter starts with Zoro and the Giants attacking Dami Reversi Giants. Hyruden uses Gungyur, Dory uses Ikoku Sovereignty, and Stanson uses a new attack called Giant Trauma. The three attacks split some Dami Reversi Giants' bodies in half. Zoro uses a new attack called Three Sword Style Red Ogre Raging that is similar to the Rengoku Onigiri attack that he used against King. The attack slices one of the Dami Reversi Giants' head and body to pieces. So yeah, this is actually going further than what we saw in the spoilers yesterday. Zoro and the Giant team here just taking it to these Dami Reversi Giants once they found out that the secret to overcoming Dami Reversi is just killing them. Because if you just kill them, then it reverts them back to normal. So they're just having some fun here, killing. Cut to Chopper's side. They are attacked by two Dami Reversi Giants. Chopper uses Monster Point and slaps one of the Giants. The attack doesn't damage the Giant at first, but suddenly a shadow emerges from the Giant's body and he flips back to normal. Everyone is confused about how Chopper did it. Okay, here is the crazy Chopper sequence that we talked about yesterday. And yeah, it turns out that this is something special that Chopper's doing. We were curious about what was going on here because of how weirdly it was worded. And I assumed, oh, he's just killing him. But no, he's not killing him. He's slapping the shadow out of him. Now, of course, this reminds us of what was going on with Moria's shadow powers. And I know a lot of us have also speculated that Moria, like a lot of the villains in pre-time skip, and I guess some in post-time skip too, are all kind of parallels to Imu in the long run. So as for the shadow inside of the Dami Reversi Giants, I guess it's some kind of devil magic demon soul stuff. It just hasn't been explained yet, so take it for what you will. I can only tell you so much, along with the other YouTubers. As for how Chopper's doing this, I don't know. It has something to do with his brain point, which I don't think he's doing here. He hasn't done it in a while. You know that thing where he goes like this? Is he like using it with Monster Point? Is he able to like figure out the weakness in Dami Reversi through his ability or whatever and then just slap the shadow out of you? Or does it have something to do with his devil fruit? The human fruit, which is just like the base version of that fruit, because Luffy's fruit is also called the human fruit Model Nika, or the mythical human fruit. Maybe not, or maybe because Chopper's a doctor, he just knows how to overcome Dami Reversi just because. I mean, the ultimate answers for things in the series are never really that complicated, so it's probably just something simple that's going over my head. Let me know in the comments if you know how Chopper's doing this. But I'm appreciative that Chopper is getting to do something significant. But first, guys, let's talk about Pix AI, because it's a pretty amazing anime-style AI creation platform that's really intuitive. I mean, you could essentially give it any prompt that you want, and it'll do its magic. Pix AI also has a new flagship model called the Tsubaki Point 2, which features multiple built-in styles, light and shadow rendering, material and texture details. It also supports multiple characters and dynamic multi-panel storytelling. So using Tsubaki Point 2, I made Luffy fighting Shanks, which looks amazing. I also did Goku versus Saitama because why not? And then also Gojo versus All Might, which also looks amazing. You could really get super elaborate with the prompts with Tsubaki Point 2. It could essentially take anything. I mean, look how long this prompt is. So you get pretty elaborate with your own OC, or you can just make existing characters even better. Pix AI also offers animations, which are also great. So guys, check out this amazing platform by using my link in the description. Thanks, guys. Cut to Sanji's side. Nami is feeding Zeus with some black balls while someone is grabbing Killingham's severed head, seriously injured. Then we discover that Sanji, Frankie, and Jinbei defeated Killingham by separating his head, body, and legs, preventing him from fully regenerating. Jinbei is grabbing Killingham's severed head, and Frankie is tying his legs, and Sanji is sitting on his body. So this is funny and cool. I love that the Straw Hats are finally working together and teaming up on somebody. I've always wanted this. I mean, of course, we weren't going to get to see it. I mean, that's just way too much. But at least it just happened. Sanji, Frankie, Jinbei teaming up to just gang up on Killingham and pulling him apart. I thought this maybe had something to do with Conqueror's Haki because they were talking about how it was preventing him from regenerating. But I guess if you just pull him limb from limb, then I guess he just won't regenerate Majin Buu style the way that like Imu is implied to be able to, I guess maybe. Because of the way that their immortal bodies work from the Deep Sea Covenant or whatever. Cut to Usopp's side. Usopp runs to help Brook and faces Imu Gunko. Usopp shouts at Imu Gunko that he's more angry than scared scared now. Usopp says that taking hostages or turning warriors against each other are cowardly tricks. Then Imu/Gunko hits Usopp several times and injures him. Brook tries to help Usopp, but Imu/Gunko paralyzes Brook's body from a distance. Usopp stands up and prepares to shoot Imu/Gunko with Kuro Kabuto. Usopp says, listen here, Elbaf is a nation of warriors, where they live by their swords and shields. If you want to conquer this place, then fight them head on fair and square, you wimp. Imu says, a ruler needs not dirty their own hands. Usopp shoots a skull bomb grasp, but Imu teleports in front of him so the explosion covers them all. Usopp and Brook fall defeated while Imu regenerates. Wow, Usopp's taking hits from Imu and not dying? That's crazy. I mean, this isn't like full extent Imu. This Imu is taking over Gunko, but still, Gunko is more than enough to kill Usopp very easily. So Imu taking them over and then just Usopp surviving this somehow is wild. I mean, yeah, I know he's not gonna die here, but still. Same thing with Brook. I mean, Brook blocked Imu's attacks previously with the Atom Tree Shield, or at least pretty sure it was. So that was probably doing most of the heavy lifting here, but it seems like Usopp is just taking this on the chin. But it's really making Imu not look that great if you can't even like take out Usopp, even with low effort. But hey, at least Usopp gets to do something. I mean, he didn't really accomplish anything here as far as I can see, but at least he got to have a little speech, call Imu a coward, and attack them at least, so that's something. Cut to Luffy's side. Nami is scolding Luffy and Loki while both the squirrel Ragnar tremble with fear. Ragnar tries to comfort Luffy by putting its hand on Luffy's back. This panel is hilarious, but Luffy turns around and starts shouting angrily at Loki. Then Loki shoots a huge lightning attack from his mouth to Luffy, but it doesn't affect Luffy. This scene is similar to when Enel used lightning attacks against Luffy. LOL! Suddenly, Luffy and Loki sense an explosion. I didn't even think about that, but that's really cool. Yes, Loki's Devil Fruit does have lightning abilities, and yeah, they don't affect Luffy because he's rubber. Even in Gear 5, he's still rubber, which I still don't know why Sun God Nika is rubber, but I guess that's for Gear 6 when he becomes Sun Powers. We'll see. But yeah, I do like this sequence. And it shows that, yeah, Loki is kind of at a disadvantage against Luffy given this. And this is probably foreshadowing that they are going to fight. In the epic final double page of the chapter, Luffy, Loki, and Ragnar arrive at the place of the explosion and face Imu. Luffy is shocked to see Usopp and Brook injured and unconscious on the ground. The chapter ends with Luffy very angry and glaring at Imu. And Imu says, "Obey me or die. Nika, Needhog, our battle will divide this world." End of chapter, no break next week. All right, here we go. They are actually facing each other. It's not like one panel or they're in another panel. They're not really fully seeing each other. No, they are truly seeing each other here. And this is, yeah, the first time that Luffy is facing off against Imu, the main character versus the main villain, or at least ostensibly. I know Blackbeard might be his final opponent or might be the overall final villain of the series, but come on, guys. On paper, Imu is the final boss. You know, let's just get that out of the way. Now, are we going to see Luffy fighting Imu in the next chapter? I hope so. It very likely could just cut away from this. But if it does show us that, are we going to see Luffy and Loki fighting Imu? That would be amazing. I certainly hope so. But like I've also said before, we have seen incredibly powerful characters team up to take on Imu, and it didn't really do anything. They just have hyper regeneration. And who even knows if using advanced Conqueror's Haki is enough to defeat them? Now, as we saw earlier with Loki's lightning not affecting Luffy, I think there's probably some kind of similar aspect between the Sun God Nika Devil Fruit and whatever Imu's power is. Now, again, I hope we get to see Luffy and Loki teaming up to take on Imu, regardless of how futile it is. Or maybe in this fight, they unlock their advanced Conqueror's Haki or whatever, or figure out how to damage somebody like Imu, or maybe they just beat them enough to where they leave Gunko's body. Yeah, I mean, it's just ultimately going to come down to Imu, Dami reversing Loki, but let me know what you guys thought about this chapter in the comments. We're going to go over this more on Friday if we get to see what happens in the chapter. Let me know what you thought about it, and if you liked it, please give it a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.